it's pretty clear that not only are they going to be raising rates, but they're going to be raising rates aggressively. In fact, when Jay Powell was pushed and asked, what would stop him from a half basis point move, he said nothing, nothing.
Yep. Right.
So it was pretty point blank. And, even to the point of, thinking about also the balance sheet that the Fed is basically at the last meeting, they discussed it. Their minutes from that come out March 30th, and that will have the roadmap on how they plan to reduce the balance sheet by somewhere close to 3 trillion over 3 years. Whether they get there or not, we'll see. But these are huge moves. What do you see for the broader banking sector from these shifts that we're seeing right now? Obviously, a lot of market volatility, geopolitical uncertainty, but the reality is set that inflation is a major risk. The Fed wants to get rid of it, and that means it's going to do so aggressively and forcefully. And we've been arguing this for some time. Sort of felt like we were playing a broken record, but now the record has resonated within the central banks around the world, and I don't know any central banker that's not worried about inflation now.
Yeah, no, 100%. And you mentioned also the volatility and the geopolitical climate. So the predictability is very hard, and there's so much uniqueness in this particular market coming out of the pandemic. But I would say maybe split it into pieces. In terms of just raising rates, obviously from a banking perspective, there's the benefit of the increase in the net interest income, based on the higher rates that can be charged in the market. But on the other hand, obviously the lending in general would go down, or the demand for lending. So the growth in the loan portfolio is going to be negatively impacted. But I think the severity of that impact is going to depend on the specific lending sector, right? It's more about the health of the industries that these banks serve, and looking at their portfolio to really see kind of where the winners and losers are. And I know this is all in your world, but thinking hospitality is probably going to grow. The question is CRE may backslide again to a degree. All of what happened during the pandemic is sort of washed out, but I do think it's sector by sector.